Hey, welcome back, guys. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. I think. I don't know. Maybe. I've been trying to play a little bit to this. This was today on YouTube. The guy who created the McLaughlin software, or a guy who played a big part in engineering and developing the software. He has a live broadcast on YouTube, and this guy's got the bucks, man. He's got all the top of the line Kiesel guitars, custom made guitars, a bunch of headless guitars. And his whole little studio's rigged up with all of this digital shit going on. I mean, it's just top of the line. And it's really badass, too. I mean, some of the tones he gets, all of this spacious ambient delays and reverbs and clean tones. He's got it all. And a lot of the times when he's in these live chats, he's creating these little snippets of a backing track that you can kind of. It's not really for the audience. It's really that he's creating it so that he can jam along to it while he's kind of highlighting the guitar. Like, so he's got a Kiesel headless and he's jamming on it and stuff like that. Anyway, so a lot of times during the live, he creates these little backing tracks, and if you capture him, which you can always go back and make a little clip. You can sit there and jam a lot to what he's doing too. And it's always fun, man, to just kind of sit there with some of his, when you're playing through his own McLaughlin suite that he helped engineer or design or program. I'm not sure what footprint he plays in all of that. It's kind of fun to just sit there and dick around with your guitar and have these tones. And the crazy thing is, it doesn't cost a lot of money to get into these DSPs, but the McLaughlin suite covers a lot of commercial type delays and reverbs and a very professional level. And a lot of these tones I've heard once before I even bought the McLaughlin suite, or really got into the DSPs, was the Fractal FM3. But what I found out about the Fractal FM3 is it has a limitation because of the processor. You can't have the most high definition output and a bunch of other effects all playing at once because it doesn't have the processing power. So you kind of have a limitation there. And when you're dropping at that time, I think they were being released for 12, 1300. You still have a limitation. So it's like anything, why do you want to have a limitation on a processor that you're dropping big bucks on? You know, it's, it's hard to say whether or not that was in competition with the Helix. But the FM3, the fractal units are supposed to be pretty awesome shit. So I got the little FM3 thing, and I said, okay. I went through it and did all this and tried it, and I ended up selling it because I don't like having a limitation of an effect that you can't get the best out of, and have the best of everything playing at once. So with the DSP, if you have a very powerful desktop computer or even a laptop, you can run like this McLaughlin suite. You can run it at its most high definition settings and get the best fucking tones. No matter what kind, it doesn't take a lot to find something that you're really going to enjoy. But it's like your computer. If it's a gaming computer, you got 64 gigs or 32 gigs, and you got like an i7, an i9, a 12th gen, 14th gen. You can push these fucking tones way past any fractal unit. So it's just a matter of having fun. So I'm back in that fractal unit. Fractal. I mean, I'm back here in the McLaughlin suite, just jerking around with it. I love these big ambient tones. But anyway, so I was gonna say, so it's good to have this kind of thing and then kind of just practice riffing. Whatever you're good at. I'm 62 years old, so I don't have. I just play by whatever I can make up. And I'm just kind of stuck into this old frame of thinking. I don't really know a lot of pentatonics or Lydian scales. I'm not one of these crazy shredders and has all of these sweeping. I don't know how to do that. I'm very limited to what I do, but I try to make it sound the best that I can for my age. 62 years old. So this is kind of what I captured, and then I was kind of playing along to it. hard, when you're like, I just don't have the mindset to just keep going and going and going because um, I don't have the experience, to get down and figure out other things. So it's just kind of like a spur of the moment. You kind of get into a little groove. But what I'm really trying to say, these kinds of things on YouTube are good to have so that you can practice timing, you can practice your bends, you can practice your roll on, your hammer offs, that kind of playing like that, or that kind of little backing, that little clip of a backing track that he just created gives you certain timings of that type of music, because that's a very progressive digital type rock. It's not like country or blues or jazz. That's a little different, but yeah, this guy he's on a different level, but he loves all of that digital new age type playing. But he's a shredder, man. This guy knows all kinds of, Mixolydian, Littlelodian, Bubblelodian. He knows all of that stuff. But for some of us who are limited in knowing the scales and this and that, this is a good thing just to practice on. Like hammer-ons. This is a good thing. This kind of thing gives you good timing for hammer-ons. And it's not all going to come out perfect, that's for sure. But you just got to go with the flow. Keep your expectations realistic. We're not all shredders. You know? It's all about just having fun with your instrument. And you can have a lot of fun with this kind of. It's hard not to like a tone like that with that kind of panning delay. It's just one of those fun delays. You hear a lot of the you hear so many rack units, not rack units, but processors, small, big. They all kind of have that. But yeah, I really enjoy the DSPs. They're a lot of fun. And there's so many of them, you got the Kiesel rig, McLaughlin Suite. These are the ones I have. Uh, Arch type Rebeas DSPs. I have like Guitar Rig 5. That's a very primitive DSP. I have the Tone King Imperial Mark II DSP. I have the Soldano SLO 100X DSP. And that's kind of all you need to get started. And it doesn't really just take a lot. It just doesn't take a lot to have that. But you know what's good about it is you have a couple monitors. Everything is really inexpensive to get a tone like that. Um, you know, a lot less. Like if you're to go, okay, let's say, give you an example. A fractal unit FM3 costs $1,000. Okay, it would probably cost you $500 to get the same sort of shit, man. If you were to go buy a couple monitors, let's say you already have a powerful desktop or laptop computer, you just need a little Focusrite. You buy them used for $100. You go buy a pair of monitors at Guitar Center. Maybe you pick up the pair for 200. Um, that's only $300, and you can plug and play. Oh, and McLaughlin Suite is only like $100. So now you're 400. So there's a lot of wiggle room there, and that's just to get you started, you know. And once you have a couple monitors, you know they come in different sizes. You don't have to get the biggest ones. You don't even have to get the cheapest, smallest ones. You can get something in the middle. And Guitar Center has really good prices on monitors. To get this sound, you know, these are not big monitors. But they offer really good sound, and they're not even the best monitors. These are just some cheap crap that I found on sale at Guitar Center. So yeah, guys out there in YouTube land, TikTok land, just you know, give yourself the time and the experience to enjoy music, but enjoy all of those really beautiful professional ambient delays and reverbs. Um, and you're gonna have a lot of fun, you know. And then if you're into amps, you know, there's a lot of great amps out there too, but very few of them will ever give you these type of delays and reverbs. Um, Amps are going to do something entirely different almost. So anyway, that's just my opinion on a lot of this nonsense. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah, I'm getting very close to moving. Everything's been approved. It's just a matter of timing now. And I'll have a much bigger place, and at least I hope to put all my shit. You know, I'm kind of expanding and downsizing at the same time. I'll try to maybe get my computer stuff in the living room if there's room. It's all matter, you know. It's I got to work out the space basically to see how it all works. It's hard to know where I'm going to put things, especially when you're moving into a new place. You see things in your mind, but you never know exactly how it works out until you get there. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. And this is the Firefly. Yeah, FFM3. It's a nice guitar, man. It's very faithful. This Floyd Rose is very faithful to the guitar. Um, it's a really nice instrument. I got no complaints about it, man. It's just a fun guitar. It's always nice to have a fun guitar. And the place you buy them at, Guitar Gardens, man, it's always a fucking hit and miss there. If you've ever been there, it's just you know, a guy and his wife, they actually run the site, but it's here out of California, and you just never know. I'm sure they come from overseas. They get a batch of certain guitars, and then before you know it, depending on what you're into, they're gone or they're still there. They just got a batch of some Les Paul style guitars. I was tempted to buy this black and blue one. It had a Les Paul style black trim with this dark blue burst with this flame maple on top on a Les Paul. It looked really nice, but they didn't show the back. So you don't know what the back looks like, but maybe it's black, clear, see-through. I don't know. It's hard to say what kind of heel it had. Did it have a scooped heel or was it completely bolt-on kind of? They didn't show the back, so I was kind of like, well. But it looked really nice, and they do upload some crazy guitars. They do right now have some interesting guitars for sale at Guitar Gardens, but I do notice that some of their more higher end looking guitars are starting to raise the price. I think to now $269 plus. I think it's $50 shipping. So now you're looking at, you know, like $300 for some units. But yeah, I got this for less than 200. So yeah, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. Have a blessed Sunday tomorrow too.